just find a comfortable seated position. Okay, and we're gonna start just by doing half head circles, okay? So drop your chin to your chest and then just roll, your right ear to right shoulder, and then roll left ear to left shoulder, and just move really small in this way. And you, of course, are welcome to stay here. Or maybe you start to add the full head circle. Okay? Yeah, and again, you can go slow. I'm moving a little fast, but when I originally did this when in planning class tonight, I did it really slow. Okay, so obviously it's my second round of doing this, but go slow. And again, if you don't want to make the full circles, you don't have to. But we'll just start by circling the head, noticing where there might be tension, where there might be openness, and then reverse your circle if you chose to reverse it. Good, and again, just move in this like nice, gentle way. Awesome. Okay, great. And then I'm just trying to pause just for a moment, just shaking my head up and down gently. Okay, and again, I don't have to go to your fullest extreme nodding. You can be really small. Good. And then I'm going to switch and I'm going to shift my head saying, no, thank you, from side to side. Good. And again, this can be small, can be slow. Okay, great. And then pause with your head in the center. We'll roll the shoulders back just a few times. Good, and we'll roll them forward a few times. Good, and then we'll end with them rolling back. Okay, so we'll roll them back, down our back. Good, dropping the arms down, reaching the arms up over your head. And then just stretch your fingertips up towards the sky. Let your shoulders creep up by your ears. Really reach up. And then keep your fingertips reaching as you shrug your shoulders down. Keep those arms extended. Good. And then lower the arms down by your sides. Okay, good. From here, we're going to join, sorry, right ear to right shoulder. Wow, I got really excited. And I only had like 1 cup of coffee today. I apologize. I'll find my words eventually. Okay, good. So right ear to right shoulder. Opposite arm, so our left arm, okay? We're going to press through the heel of our hand directly out to the side, okay? Woo, and then I know for me personally, I don't really feel this in my neck. I feel this in my forearm, okay? But that's okay, so just stay with it. Okay, we're just adding kind of a couple different extra stretches in here, okay? So we're gonna fold the pinky finger in on the left hand. We're gonna fold the ring finger in, so we're just gonna make one big fist, nice and slow. Middle finger folds in. Pointer finger folds in, thumb folds in, and then we're going to take that fist, we're going to press it down towards the ground, keeping the arm out, okay? And keep dropping that right ear to right shoulder. Good, and then release the hand down. Good, and then we're just going to switch sides, okay? And you can pick your head up, left ear to left shoulder. Good, pause here for a moment, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Okay, then we're going to press the right hand, arm away through the heel of the hand, press directly out to the side wall. Good. And just notice like the stretch change by just changing the arm position. Are you like leaning, right? Just checking in as we kind of multitask here. Oh, good. And then we'll make that fist nice and slow, starting with the pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, pointer, thumb, and then we'll press the knuckles down. Keep bringing the head towards the shoulder. Good. Release the hand and then lift your head back up in line with your spine. Good. Taking both arms out directly out to the side again, pressing through the heels of your hands. Good. Drop the shoulders down, lift up nice and tall. And then again, same thing. We're just going to fold in, making a big fist with our hands. Okay, starting with the pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, good, pointer, thumb, and then press the knuckles to face down. Keep pressing through the backs of the wrist. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, release your hands. Go ahead and just give yourself another little shoulder shrug if you need to. Rolling them forward and backwards. Awesome. Good. Right ear to right shoulder again. Okay, good. Ooh, okay, maybe notice anything different. We're going to bring that right hand, just gently add a little added weight. Okay. And then I personally like to just extend my left fingertips out to the side, like directly out to the side on the ground. But again, if you're welcome to, add anything. Good. Do anything that feels good. Maybe you reach your hand behind your back. Awesome. Take a nice big deep inhale in, and then slowly, lift your head back up in line with your spine, and we'll directly go to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. The left hand can drape on the side of your head gently, right? Good. And then again, whatever you'd like to do with this right hand, this right arm, go for it. Awesome. Take another nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, slowly releasing, bringing your head back in line with your spine. Good. And then again, we'll just do those little half circles. Chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Okay, really nice. Good. I'm just going to switch the cross of my legs. Okay. Arms are going to reach back out, down by the sides. Arms reach back up over your head. Interlacing your hands this time, pressing your palms up towards the sky. Good. And again, I'm going to let my shoulders creep up by my ears. And then I'm going to gently drop them down to find a little bit more space. Good. And then with this hand bind, if it feels okay, you can always let go. Okay, we're just going to side bend just from right to left. And notice, you can't go too far because you got to keep your hips anchored. Just letting the side body activate. Abs got to kick in. Good. Okay. Do one more on each side. And we'll take those hands and we'll bring them behind our head. Okay, you can interlace or keep them interlaced if that feels good. And then again, we're going to twist this time with our hands behind the head. So just twisting to the right and then slowly just twisting to the left. And again, just noticing, maybe you don't go as far, but that's okay. It's not about how far you go. It's just getting, again, that core activated. Okay, awesome. Good. Again, let's do one more on each side. Good. And then slowly release those hands back down. So nice big side body stretch. Right arm reaches up and over. Nice. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, slowly releasing, switching sides. Right hand down, left arm up and over. And slowly rise right back up. Okay, good. From here, let's just take our right leg just gently out to the right. Okay, and this is just, we're going to get into the hamstrings, so don't worry too much about I'm not going down as far. This is just like a little warm up, okay? Arms reach up over your head. Yeah, hips are, a little bit more open so you're not closed off, right? So right leg's out to the right. Okay, good. Let's twist towards our bent knee. Right hand comes across. Left arm reaches back behind you. And again, really anchor that right hip down. Good. Keep your right hand right on your knee. Left arm's gonna reach up towards the sky and gently just pitch over towards that straight leg. Okay, so just a little binded side bend. Again, don't worry about how deep you go. I just want you to feel this nice stretch through the left side body. And I know this is like pretty intense to start off with, but we're going there, okay? Good. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, slowly release. Good. Turn towards the straight leg. Okay, so arms back up over your head. Gently fold just over the right leg. And we're not going to stay too long. Just, again, kind of tuning in, like what you're working with today. Do you feel this mainly in your back? Do you feel it mainly in the hamstring? I'm sort of relaxing my foot. Of course, you can, keep it flexed, but, kind of just do what feels best for your body, okay? Good. Okay, we're gonna rise back up, switching sides, left leg out to the left, right leg folds in, arms reach up over your head. Ooh, I can already tell this side is so much tighter. Okay, twisting towards the bent knee, left hand comes across. Good, looking back, maybe over your right shoulder, maybe not. Good, keeping that left hand connected to your knee, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And then if it feels okay, you can start to pitch towards the left leg. Good. And again, don't worry about how far down you go. Again, it's just about that side stretch, really about the chest lifting up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhaling, slowly release, arms back up over your head to turn to face the left leg, and then gently just folding over the left leg. Again, don't force anything. Breathe. Okay, wonderful, good. Slowly rise on up. Okay, great. And then just go ahead and bring your legs together. Grab your strap if you have it. Of course, you can use anything else. Dog leash, cat leash, scarf, towels. Okay, it does not have to be an actual strap, okay? And let's make our way onto our backs. And again, just have your strap just nice and handy there. Okay, go ahead and roll down, hug your knees into your chest. Ooh, give yourself a nice big hug. Okay, good. And let's take the knees, let's separate them and circle them around about 5 times in one direction. Good, and then again, reversing. Really nice, good. Planting your feet down onto the ground. Let's take this right ankle and cross it up and over the left knee. Interlacing the hands around the left hamstring if that feels right. Okay, around the left shin. Any bind you want to take, you can also stay here, pressing the right femur bone away as you keep your hips and feet on the ground if that feels good. Okay, any variation of your figure 4 glute stretch. And know that you don't have to pick one position. You can move in those kramas and those stages by keeping the foot down and then bringing the foot up and kind of go back and forth. That's totally fine. Okay, awesome. And then slowly release that left foot down. Okay, good. And we're going to hug the right knee into our chest. And let's actually extend the left leg out nice and long. Okay, about 5 hip stirs, hip circles in one direction on this right leg. And then reverse the circles. And again, about 5. Again, you can do less, you can do more. Just move in a way that feels good. Okay, awesome. Okay, great. And now we're going to take that strap and we're going to take it around the right foot. Okay, and you know, I'm gonna choose today to keep my left leg long, but it is not necessary. You can absolutely bend the left knee, plant the left foot onto the ground, okay? And then before you get like super like fixated on like the strap on your foot and where it is placed, we're gonna do some fancy footwork, okay? We're just gonna flex and point through the right foot, okay? Yeah, so you might have to move your strap down, or you might have to like let go of your strap. So just flexing and pointing through your foot, okay? Try to go nice and slow so you get a nice stretch when you flex, and you also get a really nice stretch when you point your toes towards the sky. Okay, and that's our fancy footwork, okay? Flexing and pointing. Okay, good. And then again, you know, kind of choose a position in your foot that feels good so that you can focus on the hamstring stretch. And then just breathe. Okay, soften your shoulders. Press through the backs of your shoulder blades into the mat. Release any tension in your neck and in your face. Notice, you know, where you're feeling the stretch, mainly in the hamstring. You may feel this a lot in your calf and in your ankles, okay, just wherever you're tight. More deep breaths here. Okay, awesome. Okay, everyone, go ahead and take your strap into your right hand, okay? You can join your left hand onto the ground or onto your left hip, and we're gonna move the right leg out to the right, okay? And I'm not gonna be, you know, too crazy about like what's happening or what your leg should look like, okay? If your hip happens to lift up the left hip, that's totally fine, okay? If you let your right foot touch the ground, that's great. And again, remember, you can also do this with your knee bent, okay? I just want this, again, just to feel really good. Don't worry about what it's supposed to look like, okay? Or if you're like, Danielle's looks different, okay? Just go with like what you're sensing and what you're feeling, and you want to go to your edge where it feels good, where you feel like you're pushing yourself, or you know, where you feel like you're getting a nice stretch. Okay, not overstretching if I don't want to strain anything. Okay, so you know, those are all those things, questions, sensations you always want to check in with, like how you're feeling. Okay, how is the pose working for you, right? You're not working for the pose, okay? Okay, good. All right, and then we're going to come back to the center, okay? So again, just go slow. You can always bend your knee if you need to, the right leg, okay? And we're gonna go to the left, across the body, okay? So strap in the left hand, scarf in the left hand, and then we'll gently come across the body, okay? I'm gonna move a little bit slower in this direction because I have not stretched my IT band yet today. So again, if you wanna move in those phases, awesome. If you wanna go all the way down to the ground, great. You can go slowly there. Good. It can be about the twist if you want it to be, or it can be about the hip and the hamstring, okay? It can be all of those things. You can do all of them. We got plenty of time to get through all of them also. Okay. And just breathe. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're gonna take our time. Again, we're gonna come back to the center again, nice and slow. Take your time. Okay, adjust as you need to. And then again, one last nice neutral hamstring stretch. Again, maybe going a little bit deeper. Maybe you gotta pull on the strap a little bit more. Okay, maybe you need a break. Okay, check it. Okay, great. And then we're just going to do a little like retrograde action here, okay? We're going to come back into that figure 4 glute stretch, okay? So as your right knee bends, you can bend the left leg in across the right ankle over the left knee, okay? Interlacing the hands around the hamstring or the shin. Maybe you fold it, maybe you don't. Okay, and then going back to that glute stretch. Ooh. See what it feels like to maybe lean a pinch over to the left a little bit more. Does it change the angle of your glute stretch? Awesome. Okay, slowly release your hands, your legs. Okay, good. Give a little shake out. I'm just going to do a little window wipers here. Ooh, my ankle cracked on the left side. All right. Things are coming into place. Okay, awesome. And then we'll start on the left side, okay? So left ankle over the right knee. And again, there's no rush, okay? Take your time. Figure 4 glute stretch when you're ready. And again, you're always welcome to move in the chromas and the phases. You can stay grounded by pressing the left femur bone away and release your hands when you're ready. And again, that can be around your hamstring, around your shin. You can even extend the leg up towards the sky. Okay. And remember, we're beginning again. Okay? We're starting all over again. This left side is a whole new side, right? So, don't rush anything. Let your left side have its moment. Okay, go back to your breath. Right, slowing your breath down, relaxing your shoulders. Give the left side some time to create space and open up. Okay, good. Okay, we'll go ahead and release your hands, release your foot, left knee into your chest, right leg out nice and long. Good, and then about 5 hip stirs, circles of the knee and the hip in one direction. And then reverse those circles. Again, remember these can be big, they can be really small. The side might need something different than the first side also, and that's okay. Okay, great. And then slowly go and take your strap. Bring it around the left foot, extend the left leg up towards the sky. Good, and then right before we get too settled in here, we'll do our little fancy footwork, okay? Flexing the foot and pointing, flexing and pointing. And again, remember, you don't have to use a strap while you're flexing and pointing through your left ankle. Remember just taking that time to really flex the foot so you get a nice stretch. And then also when you point your foot, you get a nice stretch to the front of your ankle and your shin, right? I feel that a lot in my shin, the front of my calf. Okay, great. And then again, find that foot position that feels good. Okay, it can be a little bit of in between a point and a flex, a little flointing action, okay, for the hamstring stretch, okay? It does not have to be forced. Just a position that feels good for you to allow the left hamstring to start to open up and create some space here, okay? Whew. And again, going back to like softening the shoulders. Release any tension in your head, neck, and shoulders, right? We did all that beautiful work at the beginning of class to really release tension in our neck and shoulders. And it's funny how we just do one thing and it's like, whoop, the shoulders go up right by our ears, or like we start to clench our jaw, right? Like create some space, let that go. No reason to hang on to that. And when in doubt, just follow your breath. Use your breath. Allow you to breathe through the posture. Okay, good. And then remember, you can always keep the right leg bent if you need to for any protection of the hamstring or the low back, the hips. Okay, we're going to take the strap into our left hand. Right hand can join the ground, or it can be on your right hip. And we'll gently move the left leg out to the left. And again, don't worry about what it's supposed to look like, or am I supposed to stay square or keep my hips grounded? I just want you to go to where it feels really good to stretch. And again, it might be different than what you did on the first side, okay? Maybe you're like, oh, I need to bend my knee on this side, so the stretch is different, okay? And that could be the right leg bent or the left leg bent as well, too, okay? Again, I don't want to be like, it's supposed to look like this. Good, just breathe. Oh, I really could just do these hamstring stretches for like an entire hour of class. It just feels so good, right? It's like hamstrings are always so tight. Okay, we're gonna slowly bring this left leg back to the center again, nice and slow. Arriving there as you need to, adjusting as you need. Good, and then taking the strap into your right hand, and then we'll slowly start to cross the body, bringing the left leg to the right. Again, you're welcome to make this about the twist. You're welcome to make this about the IT band stretch. Again, I haven't done this stretch yet, so I'm going to go a little slower so I make sure to get the outer hip before I get into the twist. So I'm going to get a little bit more about the hamstring and the IT band, but again, you can choose how you want to move into this. Okay. And you can go back and forth as well too. Okay. Ooh. Do you have to release the strap? Do you have to pull on it a little bit more? Maybe you have to completely release it. Just notice how you're using your prop or how you're not using it as well. Like, are you grabbing your toes? Did you have to find release? Did you have to bend your knee? Okay, just checking in on how this side feels. Okay, good. And then take a nice big deep inhale in, and we'll slowly come back up to the center. And again, nice and slow, make any adjustments as you need. And then one final hamstring stretch in this neutral position here for the left side. Ooh, all right, okay. And then just our little back to how we started almost, okay? So we're gonna come into the figure four glute stretch on the left side. So right knee bends, left ankle crosses over the right knee, and take your time coming into the figure four glute stretch, okay? Yeah, and maybe even notice like, wow, that really, my hip feels totally different, or it feels tighter, feels the same. Okay, and again, you know, I'm choosing to lean a little bit over to the right just to get a little bit of different angle of the stretch. Just breathe. Okay, slowly release your hands, release your legs, and go ahead and extend those legs out nice and long onto your mat. Arms reach up over your head. Give yourself a nice big morning stretch here. And then take your legs out as wide as your mat. Okay. And then right leg will cross over your left at the ankle. So right ankle over the left, keeping your hips and back body on the ground. You can stay here in this stretch, or you can start to lean over to the left, again, for just like a nice little side stretch. On the ground, it's just like our banana asana, our banana side bend. Okay, good. And then slowly unwinding. Right leg goes back out to the right as wide as the mat. Left ankle over the right ankle. Legs, left legs cross in front. Side bending up and over to the right. Good. Let the left hip be heavy. Let the back body stay on the mat as you side bend. So you can really get into like I really feel this in my psoas. So you can really get into that side body, maybe even in the ribs a little bit, shoulder. Okay, great. And then unwind again. Reaching those arms up over your head, gently hugging your knees into your chest. When you're ready, give yourself a nice big hug. Okay, great. And we're just going to flip over onto our tummies. Okay, so onto our stomachs. Okay, and then just take a moment to just slide prone with your forehead in your hands. Using your hands as like a little pillow here, okay? And then let's go ahead and bend the knees, and we'll do window wipers here on our stomach. Good, just back and forth. Okay, good. And then slowly straightening the legs out onto your mat. And again, your legs can be together. They can be as wide as your mat, whatever feels good for your low back, okay? And then let's slowly come on up into feast pose. Elbows and forearms down, pressing down into your hands, into the forearms, into the elbows to lift your chest up. Good. Roll the shoulders back. So again, we're always broadening through the collarbones. Good. Just breathe here. Good. And then we'll do that same thing we did with our head and our neck. Okay, we'll drop our chin to our chest. We'll gently bring our right ear to right shoulder, like a little half circle. And then we'll go to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Good. And just passing through with chin to chest, moving nice and slow. Okay. And then know that you don't have to move. You can always pause and stay in one position. Breathe. Make sure to even out, bring your head back in line with your spine, and we'll slowly lower down, forehead on your hands. Just moving the right leg, okay? So keeping the upper body heavy as best as you can. Right leg is going to lift and hover up off the mat, okay? So we're just getting into like some glute activation. Okay, obviously, your quad also kicks in a little bit here, but really make this about the glute. And then lower the right leg back down. Right leg lifts again. Here's 2. Hold it up there and lower. 3, lift. We're just doing this 5 times. Squeeze your glutes and lower down. Here's 4, hold and hover. And lower, last one. 5, hold it up there. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right leg all the way down. Good. And then switching sides. 5 lifts on the left leg lifts. And again, really activate that left glute. And lower down. I know we're moving nice and slow. Lift the left leg up. Let it hover. Squeeze the glute and lower. 3, lift. and lower. 4, lift the left leg, hover it, hold it up there, squeeze the glute, and lower. Here's 5, hold it, hover, and we're gonna pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that left leg down, nice and gentle with control. Good, really good. Arms moving in cactus arms. Okay, arms are going to move first. Okay, arms are going to lift and hover up off the mat. Keep your arms hovering and lifting, and lift your head up off the mat, keeping your focus down towards the mat. Good, everything lowers down at once. Cactus arms lift and hover. Head lifts and hovers. Legs stay heavy and lower back down. Cactus arms lift and hover. Head lifts and hover. Exhale, lower back down. Okay, good. We're going to do 3 more just like that. Legs can stay heavy, or you can start to add the legs in with the head, okay? So arms are going to lift and hover. Head and legs lift if that feels okay. If not, keep the legs down. And then lower everything back down. Arms lift and hover. Head and legs lift. Exhale, release. Last one, okay. Arms lift and hover. Head and legs lift. And exhale, slowly release. Hands under the forehead. Window wiper your hips and your feet back and forth, nice and gentle. Okay, really nice. Okay, good. Okay, extend the legs out. Let's actually do one more little back bend here. Okay, so come on up into Sphinx pose. If you're like, ooh, I want to go bigger, you can definitely come into, you know, Cobra or even upward facing dog. So just kind of check it out, right? Check out how the back is feeling. Okay, good, everyone. Let's slowly lower back down, nice and slow. Okay, right knee is going to come to the outside of the mat. So we're going to come into the inside of the right inner thigh and knee. Okay, we're coming into twisted frog here. Okay, left arm under the right. Thread the needle. Okay, right arm reaches up towards the sky and then gently back behind you. And again, let your leg follow so your hips can stack. Good, right arm reaches up to the right. Left arm's out to the left. Good. And then here we are twisting. Okay. It's just like that IT band stretch that we did earlier when we brought the right leg all the way to the left. Okay, but now our right leg is bent. But if you want to straighten it, because, you know, we did earlier, you can. You can also take your strap, grab it, you know, around your right foot and straighten the right leg if that feels good. Okay. Not necessary, but again, just choosing what feels good for you in this moment. Okay, especially twisting. This should feel always twisting after, like, I always think after back bending, twisting feels really good. Okay, but like, you know, we activated that glute, so it feels like nice, kind of getting a little stretch on the outer right side of the hip. Good. Let's stay for just a few more deep breaths here, twisting. And, you know, I actually want to add a little quad stretch here, okay? So, and again, this is totally optional, depending on if you're, like, straightening the right leg or not. It may not feel good, but I'm going to bend my bottom leg, my left leg. I'm just going to catch it with my right hand just to add a little quad action, a little quad stretch, okay? Okay, good. Gently release your foot. We're going to keep rolling over onto our back, okay? So take your time. You're going to keep making your way onto your back. And of course, you know, I have to adjust so I like stay in the camera and then on my yoga mat. And we're going to come into half happy baby pose on the right side. So that right leg, we're still on the right side, okay? So right hand can grab behind the knee. can grab the ankle or the outer edge of your foot, or even your big toe if you want to. Also, we're using the prop. You can definitely use your strap if you'd like to as well for half happy baby pose. Okay. Okay, just breathe here. We're going to add a little bit of activation, okay, for back body and, just a little core work. So let's reach this left arm up towards the sky. Okay, good. Flex through your left foot. Okay. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders and reach your left arm towards your left foot. Okay. Stay here, or maybe your left leg lifts and hovers up off the mat. And again, it's just really gentle core activation. And then lower the left leg, lower the head. Good. And then we're just going to do that 5 times. Okay. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly curl up. Reach those left fingertips towards your toes. Leg can hover and lift if that feels okay. Think about your belly button curling in towards your spine. Exhale, release. Inhale in. Exhale, curl up. Leg can lift. So notice if you're leaning. Exhale, release. Good. 2 more. Inhale in. Exhale, curl up. Leg can lift. Lower down. Last one. Inhaling in. Exhale, curl up. Left leg lifts. Again, notice if you're leaning, try to stay nice and level here. Exhaling, slowly release back down. Good. Hug that right knee into your chest. Cross the body again. So we're going to come back to the twist just for a moment. To roll back on to our side, onto our stomach. So it's just like the way that we came into our little froggy position. And we'll slowly switch sides. Okay, so right leg will extend out. We'll bring the left leg to the outside of the mat. Again, around the inner thigh. So there's like our little half frog. Okay, good. Right arm under the left, threading the needle. Good. Left arm up towards the sky, and then slowly coming into that twist. And again, let your hips stack, right? So your hips are on top of each other. Left hip stacked on top of the right. And again, it's just like that IT band stretch. And again, you're welcome to come back into that position that we did earlier. You're welcome to enjoy the twist. I'm also kind of discovering as we're moving through this that like this feels like a totally different stretch from the one that we did with the strap, even though it's the same stretch, just feels totally different after doing the glute work and the back work. It feels totally different. Okay, good. Then breathe. And again, we're going to stay a little bit longer. So straight leg, or I should say the bottom leg, can come into the quad stretch if you'd like. You can bend it, hook with your left hand, hook your toes with your left hand. And breathe. And then gently release that bottom leg. We're going to make our way back onto our backs, nice and slow. Take your time. Okay, good. Coming into half happy baby pose. Grabbing behind the knee. Hooking the ankle with your left hand or outer edge of your foot. Good. And then just pause here for a moment in half happy baby pose. Okay, and then just our 5 little, just like gentle core, okay, breathing, holding, okay, activation, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And again, the goal is, we're doing 5 of these, but if you're like, I can only do 1, that's fine. Or maybe you do 3 or less, it's fine, okay? You can still hold the pose and do the same thing, okay, right? Okay, so let's take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach those right fingertips towards your right toes. Okay, flex through the right foot. Sorry, I forgot to say that earlier. Reach the right leg up off the mat. And again, that's optional. Good. Hold here. Good. Exhale, release. Reset. Inhale in. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Right leg lifts. Scoop the belly button up and in. And exhale, release. Inhale in, here's 3. Exhale, curl up. Leg lifts and floats, maybe. Breathe. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale in. Exhale, curl up. Leg floats. Notice if you're leaning, try to level out. Exhale, release. Good, last one. Inhale in. Exhale, curl up. Leg lifts. Okay, this is your lunge. Inhale in, exhale, release. Awesome. And then from here, instead of floating back the way we came, we're going to just release the left leg all the way down towards the mat. Arms reach up over your head. Good. Exhaling. Hug those knees back into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Awesome. Ooh, all right. Good. Lowering the feet back down onto the mat. Okay, and then let's bring the soles of our feet together, knees out nice and wide. One hand on your heart, one hand on your navel. Good. And just pause for a moment. You're just noticing just like how your body feels now. You have less tension in your shoulders, maybe less tension in your neck. Does your back feel more broad? Can you breathe with more ease? Take your hands to the outsides of your legs and use your arms to help bring your legs together. And then let your knees come in together to touch and walk your feet out. Maybe hip distance, maybe wider, just making a little tent with your knees, that internal rotation. And then just give yourself a hug. Okay. You're welcome to stay here, or you can switch the cross of your hug. And then slowly release your arms down by your sides. Slowly release your legs out nice and long onto the mat. And again, just take a moment just to kind of just, again, let yourself reset, re-lengthen out. And we're not going to stay here too long in Shavasana just because we spent most of our time on the ground today, okay? So let's roll over onto our right side. You can bend your knees if you need to, okay? Just roll over onto the right side.
If your knees are bent, extend the left leg out long. Okay. And then reach your left arm up and over. Okay, and I'm still using my right hand as a pillow, but under my head, or you can also reach it out to the right, okay? Just like a nice, gentle little side stretch on the ground, nothing too crazy. Okay, and then we're just gonna roll over to the left side and do the same thing, okay? So I'm just gonna roll over to the left. I'm gonna extend my right leg out long. Right arm reaches up and over. And then slowly, again, just come back up to a seated position. So you can use your arms and your legs to help you come on up. Sitting up nice and tall, just take a moment. Just gonna get a little bit closer to the wall. Okay, roll the shoulders back just a few times. Good, roll them forward. Okay. If you want to, you can do little half circles with your head and your neck, or full circles. Okay, good. And I'm actually going to add a little more. I'm going to do a little cat and cow action too, okay? So if you want to add a little cat and cow or circling around a little bit, okay, just to get like a little bit of like that flow in us, that movement, okay? I feel like I opened up my body and I'm like, whoa, I've got all this space that I created and I feel so much more open. But I feel like I'm like ready to move a little bit. So we'll just do a little cat and cow here. Good. Okay. And then let that settle down, maybe making smaller cat and cows. And then just allow it to settle, settle, settle to just a seated position. Finding as much stillness as you can. And closing your eyes if you haven't already. And just breathing. Finding length in your inhale. Finding a pause in between the inhale and the exhale. Taking your hands, just going to make one big loud clap, or maybe multiple. Okay, we're going to rub our hands together, just creating a little bit of friction here. So clapping your hands, rubbing it again. If you haven't found quite enough heat, so you can clap your hands a couple more times. And then slowly just place the palms of your hands over your eyes. And when you slowly move your hands away from your face, go so slow that you feel like the heat of your hands kind of touch your face, and then notice like the cool air kind of takes that heat away. Okay, and slowly lower your hands down into your lap for just a moment. And then again, notice like that hotness and coolness in your face, maybe even in your hands. And gently press your palms together at your heart center. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste, everyone.